Darn.
See, let me some every first right foot. Nah, it won't even let me sing you one.
Oh,
Cut my sound in. That's crazy. See if it let me try to restart the app right quick. Yeah, it still won't let me sing you one. I don't know why though.
Come on, invite?
Mm-hmm. To the live, so you know you can probably see me one from your phone.
Or you, oh, I get what you're saying. Or you could have just go live from your page. Then it's your live too, if that's what you want to do. Or just hop on mine. And
Yeah, I'm saying, I'll hop on yours. I'm gonna try to send a request from yours to mine. Where your stuff at?
You don't do that. What's going on? See?
There you go.
Yeah. But we don't need to be like that. That's the whole purpose of you coming in.
Yeah, but for my viewers too, for them that they can see.
You share.
I did. Use my mic right quick.
What's going on, Facebook? You go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna hang up right quick then. Let me hang up either. You take me off?
Yeah, see, like this, it gives a straight view. And you share it. That way they can see it. What's going on, Facebook? How y'all doing? Y'all already know I am Tiffany, empowering, impacting, and igniting individuals to do what it is God is calling them to do. So we are trying to get the setup going over here. Y'all can watch and tune in on Facebook or YouTube. And I can't see.
Can you pause in the middle?
So if y'all want to partake in this conversation, by all means, feel free. We had a original guest that had something come up, so we got
Swift BG, aka Brandon Gordon.
So supposed to be the other way around. Brandon Gordon, aka Swift.
Yeah, you're right, but my Facebook name says Swift BG, so.
So he is very acclimated to certain things that's going on in the community. And I just wanted to make sure that as we start these community conversations, we have individuals from the community as well as myself. We just, come forth, and engage and have these conversations that definitely may be coming from a place of passion, insight, and perspective. And we're going to do that from inside of Dynamic Barber Institute. This may turn into a once a month thing or once a quarter thing. However, God see fit for it to be. But we're going to get into it. And this conversation was basically stemmed from the incident that happened over the Christmas break. It was several things going on in Richland County alone that just kind of triggered this conversation. Rather heated moment. We have gave some insight on the situation with the canine dog and the teenager who was caught and turned in now. Mom turned that child in. And as of now, it's a new order that has been placed on the accountability of parents, which is some of what BG wanted to definitely make sure he expressed over the Christmas break. And I wanted us to be able to dive into that conversation and expound, from there. And that's kind of of what got us here today, right?
Correct.
All right.
I'm gonna introduce myself to y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm born and raised in Columbia, South Carolina. Went to school right here in the Booker Heights community. Grew up on North Main, Fair Road side, Palmetto Terrace, South of C.A. Johnson, Monticello Road, Eau Claire High School. So I am very known in the community. Graduated from the community in District 1. A business owner, been in business for 5 years. So we are trying to shed some light on the community because I think us as Black folks, we have a lot to say, but nobody really want to come to the limelight and speak their mind about certain situations. So that's what brought me and Tiffany here today, so we can have this conversation with you all about what's going on in our community and how we can help each other.
Yes. Am I supposed to give a background too?
It's up to you. First show.
All right. So yes, I love apple pies, and I'm eating this apple pie right here on camera because it's Saturday, and that's just kind of how we're gonna do this thing a little bit. So if me eating this apple pie annoying you, then you on the wrong line. I'm telling you right now. So me and BG kind of know each other from actually childhood too, from school. So I actually grew up in this community as well. For those that do not know, in the Fair Road, North Main, Fairfield Road area. I went to both districts. I've been in Richmond District 1 as well as Richmond District 2, but this is pretty much where I grew up at, being raised by my grandmother. Also, with that being said, I'm a child who did not have neither parent growing up for the most part. So when it comes to certain situations in the community, and just speaking from a perspective of a mother, I have 3 children, and a lot of what I'm doing is something that was not necessarily done for me, in a sense. So that's kind of where my passion, my angle, my perspective will come from. I am a graduate and an alumni of C.A. Johnson. I'm a Raider at heart, but I'm a mixed breed. I'm proud alumni of C.A. Johnson High School, and I think that's where we went to school at.
Yeah.
Yes. And that was my 12th grade year, but this passion, this drive, my growth, and my ability to speak out and willing to speak out is nothing new to most people that know me from childhood. I do feel like this is a very sensitive subject, it's very sensitive topics that we will touch on, but we need to gain perspective and clarity and understanding. So that's just a little bit about me. I actually also have my doctorate in Christian humanities, so my perspective is coming from a woman of faith, but someone that definitely care about people. I definitely care about people, and I'm also a business owner here in the community as well. I'm a Kingdom Life and Business coach, and I'm also here operating as the Director of Education at Dynamic Barber Institute. So being a trade school owner, seeing and meeting the needs of individuals for a living, and having the heart and compassion behind what I do, that's my stance on it. And that's the perspective that you will hear me come from as I'm growing and learning from my peers and others' perspective. We definitely want to make sure that this platform and these episodes allow room for children to even come and speak as well, because I feel like they got a point and a perspective and some things that need to be heard. So my advocacy is always going to stand on the behalf of children, on our youth, because I myself could have been in a foster home or foster care when my parents chose drugs and alcohol and, chose their selves over raising me. So when I hear the things that are going in the community, I'm coming from that place, speaking out as an adult that once was a child, and that's kind of what I want to say on that right there.
FYI, this is for entertainment purposes only. So the conversation may go left, may get heated a little bit, but just know at the end of the day, it's all nothing but love and respect. So there's no animosity towards nobody. If anybody also want to hop on either live and voice their opinion, feel free to. That's the reason why we are here, because we would like to get your opinion as well versus y'all hearing from myself and from Tiffany. So feel free to hop on the live whenever y'all feel like getting on and voicing your opinion to the people as well. So basically, we are here today to speak about a situation that happened with 3 teenage kids and the law. And from my understanding, just a kind of little background on what happened, 3 teenage kids had stolen a vehicle from another county, got into a high-speed chase in another county. Stop sticks were deployed. The car was disabled. They got into a foot chase with the law enforcement. One of the teens stayed back in the car. 2 teens ran away. One of the teens had pulled a firearm, shot at the police officer dog, striking the dog, killing the dog, and also shot at officers also, from what we was told.
So with the county that it started in, what county did it start in?
Lexington.
Okay.
So from my understanding and from what I saw, because I was out working that time of morning, the helicopter was up in the air. They were looking for the suspect. I didn't know it was the kids at the time. Later on that evening, saw the news. There were 3 teenagers.
You know the ages of all the teenagers?
I believe 13, 16, and 17.
All right.
2 out of the 3 was caught at the time. 1 was still on the run. The sheriff Leon Light did 2 press conferences here in Columbia.
And that's where
by the case.
That's where I kind of came in on the whole situation. So the backstory of what Brandon just shared, I knew none of that. All I saw was the press conference, on which I still have yet to look at the full conference. So once I had enough of what I saw, then that's where I came on Facebook.
Okay.
And, said what I had to say, saw what y'all had to say. Then we started saying some things, and then now we're here.
Right.
I didn't know the backstory of it, but I will tell you, as a mother with 3 sons, 2 of the ages are my children's age. So that's the mother. The mother in me was outraged at the press conference and the audacity of what I heard our sheriff say. I don't take back what I said.
Correct.
But I just want to give y'all some perspective as BG kind of laying out the story.
And social media has been in an uproar for almost a week about this situation that's going on with those kids and the actions that are being taken between the parents, the kids, and the law. Just yesterday, Chef Light did another press conference, and one of the children's mother was apprehended.
Correct.
And she was charged with a civil suit, and she was also charged from the state of South Carolina. And social media in the community is at an all-time high right now. Like, it's literally at an uproar.
So for the record, are you a parent? Do you have any children?
No.
Biological children?
No.
Anything?
No kids. 0.
So again, we giving y'all some perspective, and it was a question that I asked Brandon on the live, or either when we was talking, and I asked you based upon your stance, because he didn't say his stance yet on this live, but based upon his stance and how he feel, if that was the same situation with me and my children, based upon what he know about me, I asked him, would he feel the same way? And we just kind of give y'all some, some backstory and just the dynamics of the relationship. And what did you say?
Right. My take on the situation as an entirety, and this is just me speaking from my point of view. Like I said, I don't have any kids, but
before you go into your take, put it on me. If it was me in the news with my kids, based upon what I try to do, would you want me to still be in that seat?
I'm gonna say yes and no. And the reason why I say yes and no is because by me knowing you, by me know how you operate, by me know that you are more on the positive side, and you trying to do everything you can to make sure that you have a better life for your children. Yes, I will agree with that. And the part that I would disagree was if you took your child and you took your child home.
Oh, yeah. So don't go to that part yet.
Okay.
Because that was new evidence.
Okay.
Before that part.
Okay.
Before that part. Because remember, they was already saying this is what they want to do. Now, I don't agree with, we ain't got to that part yet. We breaking this whole thing down.
Okay.
Because that's kind of new. That's new, you know.
In that perspective, I would say no.
Okay.
Because I know you personally.
That's right.
Now, if it was a random person that I didn't know,
correct,
and it still happened, then my answer is going to be different.
Absolutely.
Because I don't know that person, I don't know the background, I don't know anything. So I can't speak on that.
Correct.
And give an honest answer when I know you, you know.
Correct.
But
correct. I just wanted to lay that out because
right.
whether we like it or not, our answers can adjust based upon that. You know what I'm saying? Like we can have a hardcore stance on something.
Correct.
Until you see what it's an until in there. And that's the human side of things.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
But now we got to face the facts too.
Correct. Now it's some facts and it's some more evidence that came out prior to this last press release.
Right. So we can't look at it as far as like what else. Now we got to look at what's been laid out to us, which is in reality, and the people's opinion.
Correct.
And every time the facts are definitely going to outweigh the people's opinion.
Correct. Because the facts matter. The facts do play a part.
Correct.
The truth hurts, you know. I mean, even with me, I'm a pretty honest person. Guess what? With the truth, my toes gonna have to get stamped on. The way I thought it should have been, could have been, it don't matter. It was just what I thought, you know. So understand that, and I'm rather calm, you know, right now because I definitely want to make sure I'm hearing them. Y'all can kind of hear and get us before I'm just as animated as I can be or whatever like that, or passionate.
Right.
Because it's not. I can play a clown.
But the thing about it is, though, like, let's go and get into the meat and potatoes of things. Right. When it's all said and done, the main discussion is going to be what those kids did. It's not about the dog being shot, because that's what everybody's taking it as. They looking at it as far as like, well, I'm not going to let a dog maul me.
Is that what we're looking at it as, or is that what the news brought it as?
I've seen free that kid because he didn't know no better. I'm seeing people saying I would have shot the dog too.
Yeah, I definitely would have shot.
I seen a whole bunch of comments, but like you said, you know, you said you agreed that you would have shot the dog as well.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, why would you shoot the dog if you know that you are in the wrong all the way? Now think about it now.
Correct.
Stolen car, high speed chase, stop sticks were deployed. Now you get into a foot pursuit in the middle of the night. So it's dark. You don't know who, where, who doing what. Now, before that happened, they always let the suspect know that the canine dog is going to be coming. So they give you multiple chances to surrender first.
Correct.
Now, if the suspect chooses not to surrender, then the dog will be deployed to come and find you.
Correct.
Once that dog finds you, those dogs are trained. So when the dog bites you, you cannot be upset because once you shoot that dog, you just shot at a police officer.
Correct. So now we're going. So was the 13-year-old the driver or just the passenger?
Driver and the shooter.
So listen.
So what the news say?
Now, if we go on criminal activity,
correct.
I'm on one tonight, right?
Talk to me.
Now, if I'm on one tonight, I'm all in. Why would you think I won't kill you or your dog? That's the other part of the conversation.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, the human side of us, like that child is, because see, I'm still saying he's a child, even though he on one tonight, right? Everybody got a different personality, different wires, different instincts.
Correct.
If I'm on one, anybody can get it. It just happened to be that dog.
Correct.
They didn't like that it was the dog. Just like if the police on one tonight, and it happened to be our children, anybody tonight don't get it.
Correct.
If it's a male child, female, somebody daddy, husband, whatever, somebody got it. Because guess what? When the state of us and the wiring of us, if we own one, that's it. It don't matter. Like if we going criminal, you can't automatically want somebody that's on one to get off and then do an angelic thing. You see what I'm saying? Because my part in the press review is you unhumane the child because he did what the law is allowing to be done, but now the law want to make it seem like the parents, see, that's the other part of the conversation we want to get to, trying to make it seem like the parents is allowing things to get done, but it's the law got the parents in the chokehold, and I wish my phone was free because it was some reels that the lady said, like, the law wanted to make the parents scared, then the parents, then the teacher scared. The teacher scared to lose the job. Like, everybody scared. You know, back when we was growing up, I still had got a paddle. I got paddled before they outlawed doing that at school. At E. Teller. But guess what? Now you can't do that no more.
But you know what though? Do you know why that? I think that some of these kids, that the way that they are right now, and y'all may get mad at me, but I blame our generation for what's going on right now. And the reason why I say that is because you gotta think about it. The kids that's out there right now came from us when we were younger.
Okay.
All right. So when we was growing up, our parents, they taught us, they beat us, and most definitely we were scared of our parents back then because we knew what the consequences was, what was going to happen if we did X, Y, and Z.
So for a second, when you say our parents, who was your parents? Who raised you?
My mother and my grandmother.
Your mother and grandmother. What was your father?
I don't know.
So we got a mom present, grandma present. My mama was out on crack. My daddy, I was born from a married man. My daddy in another city. So my grandma and my aunt raised me. So even when it comes to we blaming us, we still learning.
But you know what though? Since you put it in that perspective, we probably both came from a broken home, but the people that took care of us did the best that they could to take care of us.
Correct.
That's why you and I are the way that we are right now.
Correct.
Because of the things that they taught us growing up. Okay, so let's just look at it like this right here, right? If our generation start beating their kids, let their kids do whatever they want to do, start being their kids' friends, the things that they're doing, like what Leon Lott said, at the age of 5, everything is all cute and dandy. He wants to tell them about it. 10 years later, what happened? So if we don't train that child at the age of 5 to know what's right and wrong, then what's going to happen?
Correct.
What we got going on right now in our community. A lot of shooting, a lot of stealing, a lot of break-ins. So if we don't put a stop to this, then who will? And the reason why I say that because, for the record, I want y'all to know this also, I have been in jail for breaking into people's cars when I was younger. So I do got a felony on my record, but guess what? That did not stop me from what I wanted to do also. But I learned my lesson from that. Now, on the flip side of that coin also, my mother always told me when I was growing up, son, if your ass ever get in trouble, do not call home. And guess what? I took my dumb ass out there. I got in trouble. I didn't call home. I didn't at all because I knew
the rules.
I knew what was told to me when I was younger. So if I knew what was told to me and I decided to go out there and do some dumb stuff that I should not have done, but I did it anyway, I had to be the one to suffer the consequences behind that.
And that's as an 18-year-old, not a 13-year-old. And that's one of the points that I still want to make. Like, if we're, and all of us still making dumb decisions, if you really want to be honest, and I'm like, how do we expect a 13-year-old to have the wherewithal to make better decisions when adults are still not making good decisions? Like and I get it. Right now, this is making example season. You know, if you want to do foolish things, understand somebody gonna have to pay the price. And now it has came full circle to where game over. Raise your kids, and don't let people dictate. Cause see, that's what has happened. The system and people, whether it's family or the culture, has tried to dictate and tell us how to raise our children without giving us the necessary tools. Because even in me, like my son is 17, I'm still growing and learning with my child. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going out and getting more tools to know how to, okay, I still need some of this. You don't need some of what I had growing up, but all of it ain't going to work on you. You know what I'm saying? Each child going to need something, but if the law say don't use none of it and don't do this and you can't do that, and then now you're trying to instill fear in the household that we should have right to be the generals over and get it. Every household isn't safe. You know what I'm saying? Every household is some people in that household getting mistreated, literally really abused, molested, and things like that, right? But we don't. They got everybody in the chokehold.
I gotta disagree with you on that.
Okay.
And the reason why I say I disagree with you on that topic is because the law gave us everything that we need.
Which is what?
And but like you said earlier, that we still learning. Everybody's still learning in life. But how you not know where your child is at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning?
Oh, great! I'm glad
that's number one. Because as a parent, you are supposed to know where your child is at all times, especially if they're living in your house.
So, what kind of parent? What these parents working at? So
it no matter where they work at. At the end of the day, guess what? They choose to lay down and have them kids. That's their responsibility now. Both parents. So if one parent isn't there, then everything falls on the parent that got the kids.
So nobody never snuck out the house?
It's different, Tip. It's different. We snuck out the house to go do stuff, but we weren't sticking out the house.
No, we didn't have the guns and everything.
My point is that. So
did anybody
we was not sticking out the house to go take nobody's car and to go run from the
police. But some people did.
But it's not like how it is now. Now, mind you, these people are shooting at the police. We weren't doing no mess like that because guess what? We knew better, right or wrong.
I mean, we knew better.
Right. But how did we know better?
Because we was being raised better.
My point is that by who?
By people that had some sense and fear of God.
Okay, right. So what you just said now.
Hold on, we got some people
from people that had some sense, right? Which is our mothers and our grandmothers.
Well, when we was growing up, we been out, our parents did not. That's right, Trent. Somebody please tell the truth. That's not BG. BG said, Trent said, now we know the dog trained to neutralize the suspect. Okay, hold on, I'm trying to.
That's fake though, Trent. Why would a dog go after the parent?
Exactly. So Lane said, why go after the parent? There are some great parents, but the children are bad. These children some of them is really like a Chuck and C. You like, did you come for me?
See, and that's the problem right there. They are so focused on why the dog is chasing this kid. What part y'all don't understand that the dog is only deployed after the officer says several times like they are going to let the dog out on you. So if your child is out there shooting at the police at this dog, they are what time it was. It ain't, you don't get no clear to that. Once you shoot at the officer, then that means that the law can kill you right then and there.
Correct.
So y'all better be glad that they didn't kill that little boy, because they have every right to shoot that young man.
Now, yes, I am glad they did not kill that young boy, because that would have been sad.
But that's the thing with Tree. You got 2 dogs, but your dogs do not train as the K9 dogs do. But it ain't the same.
I guess to me, just being real, I think the police or people in authority put, like, y'all think y'all better than regular civilians, and it don't work like that. At the end of the day, we all eating, breathing the same air. We got to get dressed. We got to wash our behinds. We got to do all the things the same. And I applaud the boldness, even though it was misplaced. I applaud that. I ain't gonna lie. Like, because at the end of the day, with the right guidance, that 13-year-old being a phenomenal soldier, general, whatever. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it is just misplaced. He misguided. He hasn't become into his full self.
But whose fault is that?
I mean,
it started at home.
It's his dad's fault. Where your daddy at? Lock that daddy up. Why the mama on the news? Why the black mama on the news? See, now, why the mama on the news? Well, and now, because, see, you wasn't told during election time to vote for a particular candidate.
Who wasn't told that?
No, let me tell you what somebody told me. You better make sure you vote for this particular candidate, especially if you're a single mom, because the other candidate gonna take the children. Quit playing in our face. Okay, it's an all-out attack on single moms. I think also raising boys. Oh no, it ain't.
Hell no.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't. They want to make it seem like the trying that you do, the effort that you do is not enough. No, the law need to take accountability for their lack of showing up. Parents can take accountability. No, they just want to make it seem like the parents need to take accountability.
I saw that happen. I was out at 3:45 in the morning.
No. I ain't just talking about just that. I'm talking about in general. The law has dropped the ball plenty times on the community, Because guess what? If a black man kill you right now, you think your thing gonna make the press conference? No, they gonna say them two niggas dead.
Well,
gone.
My response to that is the law is not responsible on what your child do. That ain't up to the law. That's up to the parents and the community, which means that these schools have programs where these kids.
And are the schools letting you know what programs are developing?
Yes, they are letting you know. But guess what? If those kids don't go, then whose fault is that? Okay, I got a prime example for you, right? Mm-hmm. Let's look at all the high schools in this area, right? Okay, you got a band program there. You got a football program there. You got a basketball team there. You got wrestling there. You got bowling. You got all these other activities that they could be doing right or wrong.
Correct.
Okay, so if those kids choose not to go do those things, but they rather stay there and be on their cell phone, go out there and gang bang, rob, still shoot at people and at police, then whose fault is that?
Okay, so let's go to what's making them children out.
But the resources are there.
Correct.
So don't act like that they ain't there. Those parents are not pushing their kids to go to those resources.
How can you push a child and force a child to do something?
How? Because guess what? That child is staying in your house, right? Mm-hmm. You pay the bills there. You are providing clothes. You are providing shelter. You are providing food. You are providing everything for that.
Somebody please have this man child. Somebody please have this. He gonna be daddy out of century.
But I'm just saying though.
It is not that easy.
How? Stop trying to be your child friend and be the mother and raise your child up.
I'm not trying to be. I'm gonna be a little more friendly. Cause
right now.
See now, listen, no. Cause I'm real militant when it comes to parenting.
All right, talk to me. And
what I've learned, especially with my 17-year-old, my little man child, I'm like, okay, cause during COVID, my son said I was his best friend, and I was like, whoa, I took that as an insult, like, hold on, I ain't doing my job. Mm-hmm. But then guess what? When my son wasn't coming to me with issues or whatever had done turned a deaf ear to kind of what I had to say,
right? Then
I didn't like that. So I needed to figure out how to always, have he willing to listen to my wisdom. Mm-hmm. He know I'm listening to him. Mm-hmm. And I'm still taking the same values that I instilled in him, because he'll say, don't act like I haven't been raised right. This is a little thing like, Mom, quit acting like I don't.
No, I got a question for you. Mm-hmm. All right. Is any of your kids out there running the streets 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning without you knowing where they at?
So
yes or no? Yes or no? No reason. Just
like what's running the streets?
What is happening with them 3 kids?
No.
Okay, see right there. Because why? You're a child. Well, your kids are at home in the bed sleep, right?
Like my 17-year-old, he don't necessarily be home every night. I know where he at. You know what I'm saying? Like so. When I was in the talk, how I ended up at Johnson. So my children are very sheltered. And by default, I ended up getting I gotta give people the backstory. Mm-hmm. Because by default, I became, a woman of God, got saved and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So my children been very sheltered. But I ended up at Johnson because I told my grandma I didn't want to go to the school I wanted to go to. This is what I wanted to do because my best friend at the time stayed in the zone. You see what I'm saying? So now I'm around the same age. I'm not home. I'm over Rose house. You know what I'm saying? I'm over my best friend's house. My grandma knew where I was at. I went to work. I went to school. I popped in at my grandma's house sometimes, whatever. But I was really kind of moving around like I wanted to and going to teen clubs. You see what I'm saying? So my children ain't even on the type of time that I was on. You see what I'm saying? Like, and I was fighting. I was in a wild child with a conscience. I was a wild child that had some core values. You know what I'm saying? But whoever saw me outside of, if I'm saying yes ma'am, no ma'am, they would have put me right in the boat with the troubled children. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, hold on, there's some hope in there. That's gonna be my angle. I ain't gonna lie. That's my angle. And even with my child, I tell my child, what you're doing is based upon me understanding who I was at your age, and what you're doing ain't no way near what you could be doing, what other people kids doing, and what I done.
Because you know why, and I'm pretty sure that your relatives told you the same thing too. Mm-hmm. You was trying to grow up, trying to do some things. I'm pretty sure that they told you, well, we was once your age.
Yeah. So that's my.
They know the game, but now that we are old enough, we are the ones that's telling the youth, okay, well, we don't did this X, Y, Z. Mm-hmm. So we know what to do and what not to do. But I say one thing to you: you went from negative to positive. You saw all your wrongdoings, and you flipped it to something good. Which, you know, I'm not trying to bash these kids or like not these kids at all because, you know, we all go through stuff in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just bound to happen. That's just once again, it's just bound to happen. But if we can get it to where we can actually stop it,
Correct,
and get the kids on the right track, I really think it'd be a whole lot better. And it would probably be less crimes going on with these teenagers around the
So
city.
how we gonna get it there? I like that because that's a solution.
You said how?
How we gonna get it there?
Okay.
What's
So I got a question for you. How did you feel about that program that they had a few years ago called Scared Straight?
Okay, so when I called them to help me with my child, they didn't have no room for mine. So I'm like, I need my child to be scared straight. So I feel like watching it on TV is awesome, but when I needed the resource, it was not made available for me and my child going through what most people say this is normal teenage stuff. It'll wear out, and which it is. He starts his new job today in the next 30 minutes. You know, so it kind of smooth back out. But I'm like, they didn't come when I needed them. I want my children to be scared straight on top of the scaredness I done gave them. You know what I'm saying? But that resource, I didn't get it.
Okay.
And they said that you got to be on certain programs to qualify for that. So what if I don't qualify? What about this child?
They got Big Brother mentor programs also.
I reached out to them as well.
And what happened?
I didn't get anywhere with them. And when I reach out, I pour my heart out. And I got
a question for you. After those did not work, did you reach out to any of your resources to see can any of your resources know somebody who may know somebody that could probably look out for you?
Absolutely. So what I ultimately did was reach in, and I took what was in me, which was the word, God, trusting that what He's given me is enough until help come, until change come. I had made sure that it was, plugged into the youth church, youth ministry. I'm big with that. So I did. I used every resource I got. Talk to the deacons, holler at my son, talk some sense into him, let that masculine energy kind of speak some sense. And also my son, he lost his grandfather this year, but his granddad kind of really took it up a notch to wing him and ring him, and not knowing that we was going to lose him soon as school started back last year. I'm grateful for that season. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I need him to be, he needs you. I need you. So I'm always I need help. I'm not going to be prideful and be like, I got it. I don't need nobody to help me raise my children. No. We need the village. I'm an advocate of the village. Uncle, auntie, everybody. Everybody is needed. Regardless of how good you think you even, doing with your children. And I always get complimented on how I raise my kids, but it's like, that still don't necessarily be enough. That child needs something else that I may not be able to give them or what have you.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon, who that is?
Mr. Johnson.
How you doing?
Hey, Mr. Johnson, how you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
Fine.
Good.
Glad you taking the time to engage in the conversation.
Yeah, this subject, y'all, it's kind of alarming to me, man. It's very alarming to me because in the black community we losing a lot, right? But I also think in the black community we don't come together and help each other. Everybody pointing the blame and everybody saying this and that. Well, this should happen, this person should do this person should do that. At the end of the day, this is not the day and time that me and you grew up in.
Right.
You know what I mean? This ain't the day's age and time. Social media has taken over.
Correct.
People doing all kind of crazy stuff, all kind of different vices.
They should be able to.
That these kids have to deal with now.
And
you do have a lot of single mothers out here, right?
Correct.
And I was listening to what you guys were saying when you asked her about the community resources. Being a black male who's been on the outside looking at some of this stuff, and I've been away from my kids for a long time too, so my kids had to grow up without a male, per se, the major male figure, which is their daddy in their life.
Right.
So I know that their mamas probably reached out to, different things like the Big Brothers institution, all different type of stuff. And I've seen it firsthand where, like she said, you have to be like on food stamps to get it, or
Thank you.
you might call the scared straight people. They're gonna tell you to call the sheriff department.
Yep.
Sheriff department gonna
See
give you some kind of runaround about it, and it's just a whole big runaround. At the end of the day, nothing's gonna happen.
So let me add in real quick, and let's be clear. When we reach out to Big Brothers or the Scare Straight or the officers and whoever do what they do, and this is coming from a child, neither one of my parents raised me, and I love both of them. I'm telling you, my dad walked through this door right now with a smile like he done had me on his wings all my life. That child still wants what's theirs. It's a sense of belonging that they're yearning for. Okay? So some of that stuff comes from who's missing, and who get the brunt is the mother. It's a systematic setup to make the one that's there, that's present, that's available, that's still being told she's not enough. We taking all the hit, and now you want me to go to jail and charge me? I'm already struggling. You see what I'm saying? I just wanted to insert that real quick because we need the dads to be encouraged to step up. We need the dads to really step up because this is an alarm. You know, this is we sounding the alarm because we need everybody on deck, but it's nothing like the man.
Correct.
It's nothing gonna be like the man that can step back up, because what protection do the black, who's here for us? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm looking at the whole dynamics. We've been left exposed. And when I'm saying we, I'm talking like as a woman. Like, yo, we trying to do the best that we can. So who's gonna come back up to say no, we got it. Y'all trying to lock our women up. You want to kill the kids and all this. You want to keep us in prison. So and we don't got to go into that. That could be another episode. You can come out, be a guest too. Like I'm telling you, one thing, we gonna open cans of worms. That's what's going on. Because everybody ain't crazy. Everybody don't hate the black man. We need y'all.
Right. And
we need to hear what y'all got to say.
A lot of the encouragement that the black man need is going to actually come from, not only is it going to come from the opposite sex, which is that woman, but it's going to come from me and you, B. If you got a homeboy who got a kid, and he's not really doing what he's supposed to do, it don't take that, but hey, bro, come on, let's go get your little boy. And let's go deal with these little fellas a little bit today. Let's spend a little time with them and show them a different way, because I done been through some stuff. You done been through some stuff. Now, in order for us to keep the other little young black fellas from going through stuff, we got to talk to them. Even if you see a little boy at the stove, and he going in the stove with his pants hanging off his behind. Hey, bro, come here.
Come on, little nephew.
Yeah. Going to school. And just talk to him. It's just the simple stuff.
Yes.
It's a lot of simple stuff that we can do to keep a lot of this craziness from happening.
And see, that goes back into time. Like we could have did this on live, never even came up in this location. But the time that it takes to do something that's worth making change, who willing to take it? Right. Just like BG was saying, he was like, dang, I wish other people was here. I said, man, they're going to be on the internet. It's cool. But people got to know you serious to show up, because it's the time. And let me tell you, it done been people that done said, man, somebody made my day in like a minute or two, 5 minutes. That done stuck with me. What somebody made, it just gave me a hug. Because
I said, hey, how you doing?
Yes.
Okay. So
how you doing can change somebody's life. And guess what? That how you doing could have stopped the murder. Because I could have been on the way to do something. I could have been on the way. But dang, that touched my heart. So now I ain't going to do it. Because that done made me smile. Man, everybody ain't smiling. Everybody ain't happy. Everybody ain't eating breakfast, lunch, dinner, got money in the bank every day. It's treacherous out here. It's some people in the trenches. So when it comes to killing a dog, like, what?
Okay, so now since I got you on the live, Mr. Johnson, let's get back to the meat and potatoes things, right? Mm-hmm. The uproar right now is that the mother is locked up. A lot of people on social media saying that the mother should not be locked up, but look at what Leon Light had brought to the table on what the mother has done with those charges.
That's obstruction of justice.
So,
right?
Do you feel like that?
Is that what it's called?
She had, from what I can't remember the charges, but I think it was like 4 or 5 charges, and then they sued her also on top of that. You know, now I agree with that. Why? Because mind you now, your child out running from the police 3 something in the morning. You get a phone call saying, come pick me up. But you get the, you see, I'm pretty sure that he had, like what Mr. Line said, he had blood on his clothes. Your first instinct was
She
like,
trying to
well,
clean
what
up the
happened? You know
evidence.
what I'm saying?
She trying to clean up
But
evidence.
if you clean up evidence and you hide shit, when you know that the mother teenage boys gonna probably go back and tell because they're scared of what's gonna happen. Because I'm pretty sure that them investigators probably scared them real good to find out exactly what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So when they was told and they got their warrant, he proceeded to show us all the evidence and what was done. Plus, they got the cameras around town.
So I'm gonna say this as a mom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the only rule I gave my son, I ain't coming in to help you if you put your hand and fighting and beating on women. So in this particular situation, you definitely never want to get in the way of the evidence. You know what I'm saying? That could have been connected to something. The next thing, that's when you going into criminal activity. Just being real. So when you doing criminal activity, if you do the crime, what they say, you
Like,
you know,
like you got to be prepared to come with what comes behind that.
Correct.
So a lot of people saying that they're gonna shoot the police dog or maul the dog. Once you hurt that dog, you literally hurt the officer of the law. So now you got to be prepared.
Okay, no.
Talk to him.
This is the first problem right here.
Talk to me.
Now you put a damn dog. Excuse my name. You put a dog over here, and you put a human. You put a dog in one box, and you put a human in one box.
Okay, go ahead.
Now let's analyze what we got here. We got an animal and we got a human being.
Correct.
We got the brain of an animal and we got the brain of a human being.
Correct.
This dog don't know nothing but what this human has taught him. This
Correct.
human has taught this dog to attack.
Okay, correct.
This human has taught this dog to do nothing but attack.
Correct.
This human ain't taught this dog, hey, go over there and grab that man and say, hey, hold on for a little minute, bro, we need to talk to you. This human ain't taught this man to go talk this dog to go over here and say, hey, can I help you across the street? Know what this dog do? Attack.
Correct.
This dog. So you cannot put these two together.
Yes, you can.
Let me say something. Let me say something. Let me say something, y'all. Let me say something as a woman. What I love, because we gotta realize men have a different wiring. So this is how men. This is the wiring of men and two different men. Some men, this is more rational. You trying to be more practical and civil, I think, and we more humane. We coming from a humane part. Correct. So he's like, because men are like that in certain topics, certain instances. So I just want you to know what Brandon is saying is not necessarily abnormal in a sense, but we bringing a human approach because just like Mr. Johnson, and I like your illustration because he's like, when you really weigh out the value, what they have done is lessen the value of humanity, regardless of your race and color, right? Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, it took for a dog that happens to be an officer of the law, you know what I'm saying? And then you want to weigh that against a life of a human that happens to be a child. It is no comparison in actuality. It is no comparison. I don't care how rational we want to be in our respects to his stance, right? But I'm just letting y'all know, we are worth more than an animal.
But look at the facts. Look at the facts. It's 3-something in the morning.
I get it.
You already know that them officers go literally let you know before that dog has been deployed.
We get it.
Come out with your hands up. If not, we're going to send in the K9. So I'm pretty sure those were told before the dog was let loose. Now, once that child had several times to come out and put his hands up and he chose not to, then you got to be prepared for what's going to come behind.
Yeah, everybody prepared.
Correct. So once he let the dog come out there and... Huh?
You keep saying child.
Because he
now this the difference. You saying child, Leon Loud him said animal or African. Like they tried to dehumanize him. This way I came in. They tried to dehumanize him in that what you said the thing called? The public
society?
No, what's that thing? What he doing? What? Public speak. What they doing? News
press conference.
So in the press conference, about 8 minutes and 30-something seconds into that press conference, the one that's like 19 minutes and some change, when he said, "Oh, we will find you by Christmas and all."
You alive though?
No, that's fine. And he didn't find him on Christmas. He got him after Christmas.
Talk to him.
Now, calm down, cause he was talking with his chest. and what I didn't like about it also was the insensitivity to all of the mothers in Richland County who have lost a child to their officers. Okay. I'm not gonna mention names, but I do have a schoolmate who they shot her son in the back. Okay, we're going about protocol and procedures. You're out of order to shoot someone in the back, whether they're a child or whatever, because now they're not a threat because they're not coming towards you. Okay? Yes, I am. Absolutely. You know, so when I saw that press conference, and when we're talking about, a child making sure that he don't let no dog maul him, when y'all can be animals too, officers. Everybody that's dressing up in that uniform ain't right. It's a lot of crookedness going on, and all due respect to the ones that's doing their job and take it serious, and they got their hands tied because they're working with your crooked self. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot that goes on. So when I'm listening to that press conference, I'm like, how dare him? I mean, it's a dog. My friend's son life mattered. I'm sure she would have rather visit him at visitation for whatever crime or charge you wanted to give him than sit and watch her son get rolled down 6 feet deep.
Listen to me. It's a dog, but it's still a police officer at the end of the day.
No, see, that's the problem. That's the problem.
It's that, but
how can you deem a dog? How can you deem a dog smart enough? A dog smart enough
we trying
to be an officer of the law?
Mm-hmm.
How?
It's easy.
How can you say this
Those dogs.
That dog can't read. That dog can't write. That dog can't feed itself.
You're right. He can't.
Actually eat his own feces.
Okay, so I got one for you.
Now what I will
I'm about to set the whole thing down now. That dog would not be out there if that child was at home.
No, I'm going to say this when it comes to the dog.
Right or wrong.
Because in another situation.
We would not be talking about the dog if that child was at home. Right or wrong.
But in another situation, dogs are created and they have a unique sense of smell. Like what a dog can do and will do is awesome when they do it. And I am a dog lover, so when a dog is doing what a dog do, it's awesome. It's the fact that we're trying to put a badge on this dog and say it's more important than somebody's child. I don't care if it would have been somebody's husband or a white, black, green. A human matters more than an animal. And you gotta remember, they want animals to. They put people in jail for animal neglect. They give you time for neglecting the animal. I don't got no animal because I don't want to go to jail for neglecting the animal based upon what they think is important.
So we gonna just forget the fact that this teenager had a gun and he was shooting.
No,
like, come on now. I mean, so if you keep talking about this dog, look at the facts.
I mean, are they mad that the teenager had a gun? I think if the teenager didn't have a gun, he would have fought the dog.
It's nighttime. You can't see nothing. So if you got somebody that you're chasing in a neighborhood, this child could have been on the house. Officer could have came by, pop, shot. Mm-hmm. So I'm just saying. So no. So if that child had went and killed a police officer, which is a human being,
would they be mad the same way?
Guess what? So by him shooting that and killing that dog, right? Mm-hmm. Plus he shot at the police. Mm-hmm. They had every right to kill him because now it's shoot to kill.
But the grace of God.
Correct. The grace of God because his mother came and picked him up. Now mind you not, the helicopter was flying around here.
Okay, this is about 3 hours. In the press conference, right? So in the press conference, Leon made it a point to say, now this is the third dog we done lost.
Correct.
Now, if we doing numbers,
what about the human beings that get killed by these people?
Hello.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you what.
So I'm like,
hear me out now. Before things got to the way that they are right now, if y'all wouldn't be paying attention, way while back, last year, years before then, Leon Lopes was telling us time after time again. He said that the crime rate has skyrocketed tremendous. He even called them groups, said Group A, Group B, and Group C. Mm-hmm. All these groups are,
I agree, it's crazy out here.
But mind you now, this ain't that's just new. It's been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
Because he got them in groups and he knows exactly where they be at. And I think one of the groups they got apprehended last year sometime. Okay. So if the crime rate is going to continue to go up because of these teenagers, then what's the way can you bring the crime rate down?
Are
so
you
now,
are you an officer?
No, I'm not.
Cause you talking like you an officer up in here. Cause I want to know where the accountability for the officer. Now, if he got it broken down into A, B, and C, why he can't say, well, what's some solutions to stop it once he done categorized it? Why you didn't ask him about some more mentors or getting
That's not his job. That ain't his job.
What is his job?
His job is to protect and serve, not trying to go out there and find resources. Like that ain't his job at all.
Well, you got influence.
That's what the parents are for. That's what the community is for. That's what we are for.
That ain't it.
His job is to protect.
To help stop the crime.
Part of his job as protection is to put things in place.
Yeah.
Or actually
Organizations.
Give us place. Give us people. Put people in place. Put money in place.
That's not.
Or tell us where the money at, or tell somebody to release the money.
But that's not the police doing. They are here to protect and serve. You got other departments that do that. That ain't for them to do. They got one job on. Now, find resources. Yes, call down to Richland County or to the city of Columbia and ask them. Call the mayor office because that's the person that we need to talk to. City council, mayor.
I call them. They don't
Not
be
the
answering
police.
the phone. They don't be answering them phones, man.
So the police had nothing to do with finding resources. Now that's with the people that we vote in office downtown.
See, that's another episode because we don't even vote.
But that's what I'm getting at. So you can't sit up here and put it on the young like, huh?
It's a big divide. It's terrible about with the relationships between the police and the actual citizens.
Correct.
It's
and see, so it's so the fact that you said that as well, Mr. Johnson. So during the pandemic, it was an event they had back there in the baseball field behind Bayberry or what have you, or the Bishop, and we was just just talking and having that conversation because you can't ignore the divide. Because everybody don't trust the police. Everybody don't trust the law. The law has lost a lot of respect based upon the choices that not only they're making locally, the stuff that hit the national news, that affects every household.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So if y'all want to regain control or understanding and we bring down the crime, we let parents know that they need to be accountable, it's conversations that need to be had. And whoever want to hold them, by all means hold them. But I done sat in conversations that I only heard chairmen and the people only argue. Nobody's really trying to get to the solution. But it's a group of people that's willing to talk and then come up with solutions. Like I'm very solution oriented. I am a life coach. I am a mentor. I do work with the youth. I do want to train other people under the certifications and the trainings that I have and the knowledge that I got so that way we can create stuff. Everybody ain't gonna be able to afford the Boys and Girls Club and get a ABC voucher or pay that $50 a week. So then what is it? What do we need to create? What do we need to do? But before we start doing stuff, which and I've learned that from working with people, sometimes we just do. Some people want to know what is it to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's where you round people up. What can you do? What you good at? Because if you know how to drive trucks, then guess what? It might be sometimes some teenagers can ride with you for the weekend. Or transportation, learning the ropes, getting that life skills, getting taught to get lunch and be your little assistant for the day. You know what I'm saying? And that can be life changing. We don't know what we're willing to do, what can be done, what can't be done.
Okay, so let's just cut to the chase right quick because y'all got some valid points, and I agree with what y'all was saying. But let's be real: who gonna let their child go anywhere with a stranger that they don't even know?
It depends.
Because times have changed now. It ain't the same now. Because you're not gonna let your child just go with a random person, even though that the person may not mean no harm. Because like you said, what's going on out here in today's society, you can't trust the police, but guess what? We can't even trust our own people.
Correct. So
it ain't like that we fight just against the law. We fight against our own people.
Correct. And that's where you gotta plug in and learn. So with me, each child, with me, with my kids and all, there's certain things when they can talk, we don't do all that spending the night, all that. You gotta learn and you gotta be willing to trust. Once your child can talk, have a cell phone, got the location on it, and don't ever let nobody try you because you can't stay under me. We can't shelter the kids all the time. You know what I'm saying? If you ever gotta choose, you in a life or death situation, you better get out alive. You know what I'm saying?
I got a question for you, Mr. Johnson. Do you feel like it was right for them to charge that kid mama?
No, I don't.
And why is that?
the end of the day, he got an immature mind that's a mind of his own.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That lady didn't raise her children to go out there and do that.
Yeah.
You know, that child was rebellious. That child was out running the streets doing whatever he decided to do. And he made a choice, and he made a bad choice.
Mm-hmm.
He did something wrong. That wasn't his mama's doing. So what you're doing now, you're charging the mama, and you're taking the mama away from the other kids.
Yeah.
So if she got 4 kids, and one of them got in trouble, now you're going to charge her, and you're going to take her away from the other 3 kids.
Disrupt her whole house.
You got 4 kids that's out there that's lost.
Yeah.
So what are you doing? What are you doing by charging her?
And then, even what you saying that, Mr. Johnson, so that's when we got to bring in the psychologist. Because if we want to go deep and all that, then the psychologist will even back up with what he's saying, because by the age of 12, that child is basically a mini human. Like they've already made up their mind. 12 is 7th grade. 12 is when I stepped into my own like type of independence of, I got it. I don't need your money or nothing. I know how to make my own money. I can do this. I wasn't paying no bills, granted, right? But my mind, if I wanted to fight, if I wanted to whatever, I'm about to do it. And I'll take that behind cutting that came with it. But that's the mindset of young children.
Right.
That whole thing is terrible, because you got that
What's going on?
13-year-old boy, right? And I'm sure that this 13-year-old boy is probably a good size. He has good strength.
You coming in? You
Got
coming in?
his own mind.
Well, you gonna take your, you can probably take your place, because you got no limit. It's got to be.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think, a 13-year-old boy, at 13 years old, boy, he's smelling himself. You know what I mean? Y'all know what we mean by smelling yourself.
Yeah.
He doing what he want to do. He's very rebellious.
Mm-hmm.
There's only so much she can do. She can beat the brakes off of him. She can beat the skin off of him if that was the case. It still would not change the fact that if this boy wanted to do it, he was going to do it.
Correct.
Right.
Once he's out there running the streets doing what he got to do, okay, you got DJ or whatever the case. If you got to lock his little behind up, lock him up.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But do not, by no means, discredit this lady, saying that this lady did not give her all in doing what she had to do to make sure her child was fine. Because at the same time, she may have other children that she has to see to as well.
She might have been at work.
And plus, it's mentally challenging to her too. You don't know how many nights this lady lay in her bed and cry because she cannot get a hold of her son.
So let's hold on right there, Mr. Johnson. So I called my mama right one time, cause see, it be enabling grandparents. It's different dynamics, right? So I'm calling my mama. Matter of fact, we was opening up my school the weekend. I'm supposed to take the children. We going to the movies and everything. My oldest son took it upon himself to pack a little bag and leave. Not answer my phone. So I'm having to mentally tell myself I'm not gonna cry or worry that something that could possibly happen to this child that looked like an adult once the dark kid is not gonna get hurt. Guess what? He done went to his little girlfriend's house, done stayed over there. My mama like, oh, that's my grandbaby. She laughing, right? But it took me, like, I lost my little part-time job, because I'm like, I can't even think right now, because this boy done ran away, was skipping school. This is a decent child now, skipping school for like 45 days. I went up to the school, found out about that, checking, doing laundry, finding out about things. Kid, you could be the best kid and still doing mischief stuff, and it's like, I literally tried, and the people that's your village thinking it's a joke till it ain't a joke no more. Because you can cry out to your village, you can be trying to get help, but them kids is still like, it's a season where they ain't hitting it. They gonna do what they want to do.
Yeah.
I think they hear it. It just depends on who they hear it from.
I think it's so unfair to do that to that lady, to charge that lady.
With silver, and if you want to find her. Like, help her tell her to put in, well, they probably got a free funeral or something like that, but to find in jail, remove her from out of her household when she's probably the head of the household. I don't know anything about her. I don't know nothing about nothing.
But it's still it's causing a bigger problem.
Yes.
I'm with your comment.
And then think about the children. When you do that, so you think your children gonna like the law, gonna respect the law, gonna honor the law? No, that's not how you do things for respect.
Now let's look at it different. Right? Because I think one thing that we also missing too is, and we hate everything isn't about race. Everything isn't about race. We hate that too. But look at these other races, other kids. These jokers going out here getting in car wrecks, killing up everybody.
They just started making the news like Archer.
Yeah. Look at all the stuff that's going on. Look at all the other stuff that's going on. But now that it's happening to us, and we happen to kill officer of the law, a fucking dog. We happen to kill it. It shouldn't have happened. Granted. The dog had a right to live. Granted. All of the whole situation was wrong. But it's also wrong with what's happening. We got to look at the bigger picture.
Correct.
We got to look at this bigger thing now. It's more than just him killing the dog. It's more than that.
And you know what I felt during that press interview? I could feel the racism. I just feel like where it came from was like, we niggas and they the slave masters. I could feel it. I could feel it in the lie. I could feel it. I can't explain it. I'm telling you. Because if I was a slave back in the day, we would have been trying to get free. That little third. It's a group of slaves that want to be free. It's a group of them that's going to listen to master and going to stay there.
You know what? See, that's the point right there.
13.
Hey, it ain't even about the race. I think that they are sick and tired.
No,
Hold on. Hear me out. I think they are sick and tired of these teenagers terrorizing the community. That's basically what it is, man. Like, it's getting to a point where they are fed up with the bullshit. So if the parents don't want to put a stop to it, then damn it, I am.
And
that's basically
you know
what they are doing.
So
he just told you, charging the parents now.
No, but you know what? That ain't.
All right.
That's not the best approach.
Talk to us.
You have to think about it. It's different avenues to it. As you being a child, you going through a lot of situations growing up. It's not all on the mama.
Mm-hmm.
My grandparents is there. My parents is there.
Right.
As a child, I can go outside and do what I do because they're working or doing whatever extra that they have to do to provide for us.
Mm-hmm.
So I can do whatever I need to do. As a unit, we don't have that unity no more where you could go down the street and, okay, you do something wrong and somebody see you doing it and they jump into it and say, right, okay, I'm gonna talk to your parents after they handle the situation with you. So right, it's not that unity no more. We don't have it. They done brought destruction.
We done disconnected the whole village.
Like I told her, that's our generation. Like those people that we actually grew up with, that's around our age group. So it's basically us looking at the people that's in our age group, kids grew up. Because mind you now, these kids were probably born when we was in high school and getting out of high school too. So it's our generation that's causing all this terror with their kids.
Of course, but it's generational. Yeah, it's a generational attack. So you can't just say it's us, but it comes from where we come from too. Because you got to look at our parents was doing the same thing. It's just more intense now. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It wasn't publicized now like it is now. Back then it wasn't then, but like it is now. You got phones, you got the internet. Right. You didn't have that everything back then. And then you had the rules of what goes on in the house stays in the house. It was a structure. Yeah. So if you have all that at the same time, bro, you got to think about the whole dynamic of everything. You're right. It's gonna be a triple effect.
Yeah, and that's what's happening because even when you say that, so my household, it's never been a what go on with my grandma. It was never a sweeping things under the rug. So I was always liberal to say and speak my mind. Also, you made me think about when my oldest son was 2 years old. I remember I went on my first church trip as an adult, right? And my son had did something, and I said, "Why you ain't pop him?" "Oh no, I don't do that to other people's kids." And now that's based on trauma now, because I ain't about to touch nobody's child, because that's a part of the village. I'm thinking, because pop him, he did something wrong, but they was like, because I don't want nobody to touch mine, and nobody better not touch mine, boo, boo, boo. But I'm like, now, that's a part of the problem, because everybody ain't gonna hurt your baby, honey. And your baby is your baby in your eyes. Because somebody done seen your little child be a little terrorist. You might have seen it. You know what I'm saying? And them real conversations that people don't want to, have. But your child ain't as angelic as you think they are. So let them know that if I see you, I'm going to let your mama know. I'm going to pop you. Your mama supposed to pop you when she see you or your daddy or whatever. So that way they can reverence disciplined and appreciated. And oh, okay, I can't do that. I can't do that. So if every way, if mom and them can't see you because they at work or whatever, daddy gone or whatever, and then nobody got no grip on me, then this is still what we have. It's a community issue because I can do what I want to do, how I want to do it. And after you let somebody do something for so long, that becomes their normal. That becomes their way of doing things until unfortunate things have to happen. Who that is right there? But we got the men. The men is on here today, y'all. Major shout out to all the brothers. I'm telling you, I love it. That ain't gonna stop nothing. What ain't gonna stop nothing?
5-3. Talk to me.
What's up, though?
What's happening? Happy New Year.
Happy New Calendar Year to you, man. My boy, still BG, man. I love you, my dog. Listen, right? This one, I'm a convict. I'm a full-time felon. I've only been home 28 months. Alright? I did 10 years, 85% in South Carolina Department of Corrections, inmate 360196. These little kids need to get locked up. And the parents need to get locked up too. First of all, everybody complains about it's a dog. It's a dog. No, that's a sworn officer of law. Why are you a 13-year-old out at that time of the morning committing crime? If the police is trying to apprehend you, stop, freeze, don't move, and you take off running, that's what the K-9 officer is for, to apprehend. It's not to sick them on there to bite them. And I'm a black man. I got 2 teenage daughters. And I'm speaking real life. Like, these people need to wake up. I was a juvenile delinquent. I used to give my mother hell. BG will tell you, and I'm telling y'all. So do you say
what's his name?
I caught a charge at AC4. I got charged with self-possession of marijuana.
Mm-hmm.
And 2000, they locked your mom up there? Huh?
So they should have locked your mom up?
They should have locked your mom up. They wanted to lock my mama up. Yes, that's what I'm telling y'all.
But that wasn't the question. She asked you,
no,
do you think?
Should they, but not that they wanted to, should they, you want your mama to go to jail for you and your weed selling?
Yeah. But you decided to go get this weed or be a juvenile. Do you think they should have locked your mama? Because I'm pretty sure your mama did everything. No, this not this thing. Should they? If my mother allowed me and picked me up after I commit a crime? No. That's what the situation is.
No, correct.
He called his mother.
Correct.
After he committed a crime, she came to pick him up and she had knowledge of what happened.
So, Mr. No, correct. Wait 1 second. So what we like to do is take it back. Yeah, let's.
That's what the lawyer told my mother, told me and my mother. Like, sir, son, you know your mother can get charged for this.
Mm-hmm. She
can get charged for and like aiding and abetting and stuff like that.
How old were you?
I was 15. There's no way your mama should have been able to be locked up.
So even though they say it,
I'm living with her.
I'm
living with her. The way for me to get the money, she gave me permission to work at the gas station, the Sitco gas station on Fair Road. So I got the money because she allowed me to have a job, a part-time job at 15.
That's good.
So the funds from the job, she gave me permission to have, and I bought weed.
I'm glad you said that. Hold on real quick, Brandon. So I'm glad he said that because I mentioned earlier that my 17-year-old is about to start his job at 2 o'clock today. He probably just started his shift. And for the last 2 years, I told him he couldn't work. And that was confirmation because guess what? He was going through his rebellious stage in them 2 years. Now that he's back with some sense, guess what? He getting the job. And I get what you're saying, and we need what he's saying because I'm like, dang, let him. And not only did you say it, I had another woman, an older woman. She raised a lot of kids. She said, Tiffany, don't let him get that job right now. Don't let him get the job right now.
Listen, I'm 38 years old. I have a 15-year-old daughter and I have a 14-year-old daughter. My 15-year-old want a job, right? But this the thing. If you allow your juvenile child to get a job, you giving consent to that. So whatever your juvenile child do with the proceeds from that job, it falls back on you because you gave consent. That's why all parents should wait till their child turns 17.
Man, that's crazy.
And it's on them. Because you turn 18, it's on you now. Yeah, once you 15, you still responsible of your parents. You're still responsible of your parents. So whatever things you do as a juvenile, my mother worked for the Don VA Hospital on Garden Fair Road. I got arrested at AC Floor campus in March of 2002 with 27 grams of marijuana. Forest Acres Police Department had wanted to charge my mother.
Well, and when I hear that, just letting y'all know that this situation it ain't that they haven't been wanting to kind of emphasize, parent accountability.
I kept the weed in her house.
A long time.
I kept the weed under her house, at her house. You feel what I'm saying?
So could your mother control you? So could your mother or your parents, I don't know who you stayed with, but could your household control you? Or were you able to do what you wanted to do? Or you felt like, okay, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do what I do regardless of how she feel. I'm gonna hide it from her regardless. So if you got weed in her house, she don't know about it. If you get caught with that weed in the house, of course, the law can come and take her house from her because you got weed in the house that she don't know about. So did you?
I got caught on school property, AC Floor campus. My address where your report card goes to was 7648 Garden Fair Road.
So could she control you?
Could your mama control the decisions you was making?
I'm a child. She
My point exactly. So what are we?
Because she didn't have knowledge of what I was.
She didn't have knowledge. She was unaware.
So that's the issue. So
I admit it. My mother, I told these people on my dad's grade, I told these people, my mother's allowed me to work the Citco gas station across the street from Cedarwood, when the fight was happening. But she didn't know I was doing.
Your name better not be on nobody's statements, man. Your name my mom did.
So she had no knowledge of what I was doing. I admitted that. Now I'm not gonna blow my mom.
You better not throw your mom on the bus. We coming for you, Brent.
most parents don't have knowledge.
Yeah, correct.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, my parents
Didn't
not
know.
have knowledge of what I was doing outside of their eyesight.
Correct.
That's it. So at the end of the day, but she
can't control you.
That's your child. You gonna protect your child by all means.
All means.
So I can't fault her because she jumped to the gun and said, okay, I'm
on the
protecting
way.
my child, even though he's wrong. Parents have done that. My mama gonna throw me under the bus. No, back then when I was growing up as a child, my mind frame as a child was, I wish I had parents that would come and save me from a situation.
Instead of holding me accountable.
Yeah, but that's all these kids need. They need to be saved, dog. That's it. They need to be saved. They need a group of individuals that's gonna come and give them opportunity.
Yeah.
It's not too many opportunities. Streets is plenty of opportunity.
And then it's funny that you said that. So I'm always gonna bring the mom, the woman perspective, right? So listen. So with me,
it does.
But listen, when you were saying exactly.
How does it start at home? If you raising yourself
Correct.
and raising your sister and your brothers or your siblings, how does it start at home?
Correct.
You are taught to be a
We got
grown
unfair
up
advantage. It's unfair advantage in our house.
You already born at a disadvantage.
And then with me, what I told myself, whatever I've given to my sons, this is me being practical and rational. I've already given them the best of what I have. I'm gonna ease up a little bit with my approach because I'm very but you don't want that from your mama all the time. You know what I'm saying? So that's when the savior, I got you. I got you. Because sometimes that's all you need. I got you. Don't worry about it. Relax. If you get in trouble, I still got you. I'm here now, but don't but because it's like it's nobody to help balance. It's an unbalance going on. So even with that mama decision, and we're wired to protect, and say I got you. I'm going for what I know. you know, even his dad on the thing said, I'll hide the evidence too. That's my child. I don't care about nothing. I'm gonna do the time. That's my seed. That's my son. That's my child. Yes. So we gotta understand that.
But you got different households.
Yes.
Everybody's brought up different.
Single black mom having to fight to be that strong black mom and to apply some type of discipline. It's hard for, especially if you raise a boy.
I got 3.
My mother raised me. My father was there, but my mother raised me mostly. My mom, my first love. Simple as that. But a mother discipline is different from the father discipline.
Correct.
Simple as that. That's what's missing. You're a beautiful black woman, but you tired. I can see it.
And I tell them.
And it's too many single black women having to be that black father. And see,
but I don't take that angle either.
I see it with my brother. Man. Yeah. And me being rebellious when I was a teenager, yeah, it probably did lead me to my incarceration years later, you know. But in this situation, man, it's too much. It's the hip hop, it's the music, it's the too much. It's the too much of the brainwashing. Like these young kids, like bro was right. It's no outlet. It's no outlet for the kids. Like my daughter loves archery. It's no archery group.
You can sign them up for the step team.
And she's 15. She want to go to Lego competitions and all. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's up to the black men to step up. But when the black men being feminized and ejected, talking back, a child would leave with a child with firearms at 3 a.m. committing crimes or athletes and artists. No, it's not. It's still commit a crime, man. What is he talking about? No disrespect to you. Nah,
yeah, no disrespect, Ms. Millhouse, but you know, crimes is crimes. And I want to say something too. As a because it's all illegal crime.
I'm selling weed to what? Do something with the proceeds. They was probably still in the car to go sell it or drug rob or whatever. But if they did get the car, they stole the car when they killed somebody with that car, and they already had fire on.
Y'all let us know if y'all parents in the comment section. Like I want to know if Tasha, are y'all parents?
If you 13, first of all, you're 13 years old out at 3 o'clock a.m. That's devil's work. That's the 3 a.m. is the time to kill and be killed. Man, I'm being for real because I was charged with burglary first. Burglary first, that's the time of the hour that you come to kill or be killed. Why is a 13-year-old out at 3 a.m. in the morning? You is correctly right. You know how it's right. It really mangoes and apples. You know what I'm saying? Why is a 13-year-old child out at 3 a.m.? Everybody talks about the dog got killed and all that, but why is a 13-year-old child out at 3 a.m.? Answer that question.
One of the dudes that was in the car, he stayed inside the car. He didn't go to the foot chase. So
your 13 is that. You don't know that your 13-year-old is out at 3 a.m. I'm sorry.
I'm good.
I don't need something where I can't sleep, but I'm gonna say this. At 3 a.m. I'm sleep.
And right.
3 a.m. a lot of people sleep.
Right.
So 3 a.m.
I want to say this.
One know that house is something at 3 a.m. And that's just something that your child has done. I mean, she can't control that she wasn't at 3 a.m. sitting by her door with a damn that's the devil advocate that I have to play. You're right. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. This mother is asleep. She don't work adult to take care of her son, to provide for her son. She's not able to help if she sleep out at 3 a.m. And she did sleep there. I feel for that. I really do feel for that. And that's the soft side of the black men that I feel, because I've been through that with my mother. My mother worked 3 to 11. I had when I got off the bus at 3:30, 4 o'clock, I had 4 o'clock to 10 o'clock to do whatever I wanted cannot control that. Like this the father side, this the soft side of me right now. Like, yes, he's wrong for that. But the mother came and picked him.
Correct. And she was wrong for what she did criminally. Bad. That was just bad choices in the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
I'm sure she done had time to think about it. She did what a lot of people would have did. Correct.
I wouldn't have did that.
No, I'm just saying, a lot of mothers, you ain't no mama, you somebody's daddy.
You can't say who
My mama wouldn't even do that. First of all,
nah, mine wouldn't have.
no, you know.
See, mine might would have did it.
But you do have some.
My mama probably would have did it for me. I ain't gonna
Me
lie.
being a youth, I would have been the one that wanted to be around.
Your mama that
like
cover for me, cover for me.
Because my mindset back then, you're a child. You're a child.
Correct.
Man. Even as adults, we don't have it together.
Saying to come get me, you know what my mama said? The police probably already got
Edward John.
You should be out the house at 3 o'clock in the morning anyway. What you doing out the house? You call me at 4 o'clock one time.
I love the fact the brothers coming in on this.
Cookout. Go pick you out from cookout, mama. My mama tell me, boy, the police probably already got you. I've been calling police on you.
It's 2:30. BG about to take y'all with him. BG about to take him with. I'ma have Quail.
Hey, we
Keep going, keep your life going, and then I want Quail to get a chance.
Hey, I'm not about to end the live. She about to come over here.
No, I'm gonna let him talk real quick. So that, cause my phone done died. So I'll hop on. Yeah, my other one done died. So I don't want to end that one. Y'all keep talking to them, and we'll come in on that.
Yeah, but I guess go ahead and send me the request then, and then I'll add you to this.
Yeah, but keep talking to them. Nice meeting y'all.
Nice meeting you too.
Okay.
Have a good one, okay?
Yeah, she gonna come over here on our live, so we gotta keep this thing going.
You want to stay right there? Right. I want you to be able to. I know you kind of more need room to speak, so I want to definitely be able to hear what you want to say on the topic, or just add to it, and then we plan on doing more of these conversations. Yeah. You want to introduce yourself?
Man, I'm Q. Have a nonprofit, do more individual work with youth and homeless and etc. So, you know, I've been through a lot of situations and put my parents through a lot of circumstances. So I see and try to put myself in different people's shoes, you know, so I can visualize what, you know, is different from others, how people see things differently, you know. So it's two different lifestyles, man. At the end of the day, you just gotta, you know, weave it out. At the end of the day, you know, as a child, you admire that lifestyle, you know, that fast lifestyle, because that's the lifestyle everybody thinks, oh, they admire. That's the lifestyle everybody admires. So it's like, oh, that's the lifestyle I want to live. So a lot of kids grow up wanting to live like that, but a lot of kids are put in those circumstances, so they are forced to live like that.
So let's go into our childhood real quick. What is something that you feel like you decided to do to go into that, like a forced direction, even though you had good rearing?
Man, just the street life, period. At the end of the day, I'm gonna fill y'all in a little bit more on me. I lost the usage of my right arm, you know, at the age of 7. So, you know, my mindset back then was different. I was going through a lot, you know, emotionally. So it was the love and support that came from my family, but how they weren't able to understand me, I guess that kind of led me to the streets. You know, me wanting to be understood kind of forced me to go to a different route, you know. So I just want to say, like, it wasn't on them. That was that was a decision I chose to make, but that was only because I guess I was forced out there.
Because we feel, and this is the thing we got to realize, as when we're growing and developing, and then you had something that offset your life, you know, using the activity of your right arm. Mind you, that's before we even met. By the time I met you in high school, something you said, like being misunderstood. I remember having that feeling and that thought process in middle school. Like, y'all just don't understand me. And the moment a child is misunderstood or they feel misunderstood, and them parents, the family, they can be doing all that they capable of doing, we are still going to take it upon ourselves and do what we feel like we need to do, whether it's survival of the fittest, whether it's fitting in or whatever, just becoming ourselves. That's really what's happening. We're trying to find ourselves. We're trying to figure ourselves out. That is what takes place in this age group. Like in this group with these kids that's the youth, you know, 13, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17. Like you really trying to figure yourself out, and society make us think we need to know who we are by a certain time. You need to know this, you need to know that. And we're still figuring and just learning. And that's the part that they want to skip over and then try to think they're going to, like the solution is put the mama away. That's not the root of the issue. Yeah. You know, y'all trying to make bogus solutions in the heat of the moment based upon what's been happening and what just happened. And that's not fair to, you know, this particular family that's being made an example of. And it is a black household, and that's kind of why we here, you know, having these conversations.
Yeah, I think it's just a lot of frustration and emotions involved with the whole situation, okay? But true indeed, it's a lot of youth that been, you know, unalived, you know,
yes,
that hasn't been taken as serious as a dog life, you
yes,
know, and that's the whole point. The whole origin of it is just, it's not fair. It's equality. I guess we want equality. A lot of things get brushed under the, you know, the rug when a lot of things happen, you know, of people of elite status, you know, that's well more known. You know, they get things brushed on the rug, but a regular family that's just trying to make it, they don't.
Correct.
You know, it's harder for a lot of mothers, you know, and I do sympathize for that because of the simple fact, you know, mothers have to provide to take care of their household. You know, at the end of the day, a lot of mothers go through things trauma-wise. Trauma is traditionally passed down. So it's not just us that is experiencing it. It is our families, our mothers, our great-grandmothers. And the line goes on. So it's just trauma passed down. How everyone deals with it, and you have the chosen ones that choose not to go along with the, you know, the role of, you know, keeping everything the same. You know, they want to be different. They choose to change. And that's just on them individuals. But not everybody has that outlet. And if you give a child more, a child will be able to think more and do more if a child sees more. A lot of people and a lot of these children are growing up in the hood environment, the projects.
Correct.
So at the end of the day, they're not seeing nothing but
no opportunity.
Yeah, you know, they're just seeing the same old stuff. So it's nothing there for them. And now it's like it's outlets out there, but they cost. You know, you got to sign them up for this, and then it costs for that. And every family don't have it. We can't afford it.
It's not in the budget.
Every family don't have it like that. So
even with AAU, when you were saying that, I just found myself apologizing to my kids about a lot of things when I learned things. I'm like, man, I know if I had it, or even if I took you myself, that's that time. You know, sometimes we don't have. I'm like, man, if I would have took you to the gym and just shot around with you, man, by the time you would have made it here, then your skills would have been better, and then you would have played like you would have probably wanted to at this age. These are real life conversations that I have with my sons, especially my oldest son, because he literally in his last year. But I'm like, dang, now I'm thinking back, when you was one, I could have really took you to Hyde Park, Middle Lakes. But then when I think about it, I was at work all day, you know, and then I'm picking you up from daycare, bringing you back to work with me. Yeah. But where your daddy been at? Locked up. You know, I ain't never asked nobody for nothing, but it's like, who got time? Who gonna make the time before it's too late? And unfortunately, a lot of people wait too late, you know, and again, that equality is not equal. It is not equal. And that is why we're here having this conversation, because if there was a white child that shot that dog, would this conversation in that news press would have been the same way? Or was it because it was a car full of 3 African-American children that stole the car It happened to be from Lexington County, now it's in Richland County, and the dog got unalive. You know, would the narrative be the same? Absolutely not. That press conference wouldn't have went the way that it went. The charges wouldn't be held because you ain't about to tell nobody about to lock up their white mama and somebody, you know, you ain't about to do that. I've never seen it happen. I've never heard it happen if it has happened. So why do we think it's okay to keep letting us get hurt, you know, like be put in like losing?
I mean, we just got to create our own system. That's it. We got to create our own neighborhoods. We got to come together again, and that's just it. It's a lot of pride and a lot of ego with amongst us as people, and that has to be set aside. Like it's always we in a rat race, and everybody got to be above somebody and feel like they're above somebody, but that's not it. So what are we teaching these kids? Money, money, money. We're forgetting the love. Where's the love though? Everybody's chasing the money, but there's no love.
And no morals, no principle, no God.
So I mean, you know, at the end of the day, who's at fault? We have to blame. A lot of us have to blame ourselves, you know, and take accountability, and then step up and do what's properly needed, you know, to handle the situation. And we just need that unity, man. We need that unity, proper unity. You know, everybody got their life going on, but we can figure out ways as a community to come together and make things happen because it can be done, you know.
And that was a good point because learning how to step up is important too because some people don't know what to do. I've had conversations with people that are like, well, I don't know what to do. It's just a lot of things out of control. They out of control, this out of control, and they sitting back but not willing to step in and step up. And that means humbling yourself. Okay, I see a lot going on. Well, how I can help? What part can I play in it? Versus always just yapping about it, but not being a part of the solution. It's a lot of solutions that we need. It's a lot of resources that we need. But just like you said, we got to be our own community. We got to help ourselves. We can't expect somebody else to come and save us in our actuality, which means we got to assess where we at as a culture, as a household, as a family unit. And if you don't like what you see, then what are you willing to do to change it? And you got to become the change that you want to see. You know, that's the approach that I believe that both of us have took as young adolescents and for the sake of any young lady that have been out there. I remember in high school, I had done got my first, pound of weed too. You know what I'm saying? I had done got me a pack. That was definitely before I graduated. I done sold crack. I had my mama selling, you know, my pack for me. Like, hey, do that because I really don't want to go to jail. That's why I'm like, when I really look at it, in spite of my mom not being, like, not raising me, yeah, my mama would have picked me up.
And I'm glad you said it because you got a lot of people who are scared to go back to jail. So that's the reason why they're grabbing a lot of these youth up when you don't have the time to watch your child.
Yep.
The streets grabbing them up, and they want them to do and need them to do, you know, what.
Do they run and do they business?
So that they don't have to go back.
It ain't on me, it's on your back.
That's real. So it's all that. It all comes down to us as a whole, man. We can't condone and a lot of stuff that's being condoned. And, you know, you got to stand up for right. And right is right and wrong is wrong. So at the end of the day, we can save these kids. But, you know, it's an attack against us, and we got to know and realize that we got to change it. We got to change the whole scenery and the whole observation about us as a whole, as a people. Put the pride aside, put the ego aside, and build avenues. If you see somebody down, help them out. They may need food for that day, you know, so they ain't got it. You got a plate, you can feed them for that particular day. If not, they hungry wolves, they dogs, or whatever the case may be. A stray dog gonna attack. When it's hungry, it's gonna attack. If it's scared, it's gonna attack. You know, so at the end of the day, we got a lot of scared kids. We got a lot of hungry kids, you know, and we got a lot of adults like that too. So at the end of the day, man, we just need that unity. Everybody can help each other. The whole problem will be resolved. But, you know.
Well, I appreciate you coming in. What's your nonprofit name again?
Scars, the foundation.
Okay. So what's some, do you have a particular mission that you're setting out to do for 2025?
Yeah, but I'm not going to speak on it too much. But it's a big mission going forward.
Okay. So how will we be able to connect or learn more about it, or is not time yet?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, not time. But
all
it's
right.
coming.
Okay. Keep us posted.
Oh,
Yeah. So I mean this conversation was supposed to be like about an hour or so long. We're gonna do more episodes. I guess we can figure out how we're gonna do it. I like the first weekend of the month actually, so we can either meet again next month. I'll let everybody know if y'all would like to stay tuned, like or follow Dynamic Barber Institute, so that way when we create it as an event, y'all will be able to see it and get the notifications. If y'all see us live and y'all want to, kind of comment in the comment section, or if you're out there and you want to join in on these conversations, then feel free. But I mean, you're not a man of many words.
Pretty much.
Yeah, but I wanted to make sure that you was heard and you got out what you would like to say. Our guest earlier, I want to thank BG for tuning in. Marcus was supposed to be the guest today, but he had something that came up. I appreciate the black men speaking today. That really did something to my heart. I love it because most men, they are very observant. They don't talk a whole lot. They be about that action. So I feel like with y'all talking, I'm sure y'all will be ready to put some boots on the ground, get some work done. I love that for us. So y'all stay tuned and make sure that you listen. Listen to the men, listen to what they got to say. Listen to your children, see what they got to say. And this is what we got to learn how to have emotional, intelligent conversations. We can get a little heated, get a little passionate. He might slam some doors and stuff like that. But we got to learn how to just sit down in the thick of it and discuss some things if we want to change the narrative of what's happening in our community. So
most definitely a big shout out to the ones that are actively out there in the community as of right now. Shout out to y'all, man. Y'all much appreciated. It's a lot that y'all do, for these youth, and we do appreciate y'all on that,
Yep, thank you so much. And again, I am Tiffany, Empire Impact Ignite. Stay tuned. Y'all be blessed. And we are a trade school here at Dynamic Barber Institute. If y'all would like for your child to get any barbering, braiding, styling, entrepreneurship training, then Dynamic Barber Institute is here to serve you, as well as I am Tiffany with the life coaching and certification that is available if you find yourself to need to be sharpened as a leader, and then just be able to plug into someone where somebody can vouch for you and what it is you're doing, then just ask about it. We do have the masterclass coming up, and we also have the vision workshop coming up on the 25th. Other than that, we out this piece. Y'all make sure y'all thrive in 2025. Thank you.